the fact that we can actually walk into the pantry and see what it looks like full of the things that we foraged and made, like, the magic is in the details for this, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let's keep going. Hello, and welcome to Embodying Mystical Mac. I'm Mac, and if you're new here, thank you so much for joining. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. Today, we have a very exciting Hobbit Day showcase of Tales of the Shire. It's an exclusive inside look that they released. It is about 19 minutes long. So for this reaction, we are going to be doing it a little differently. I'm gonna watch it, and whenever I feel kind of inspired to pause and talk a little bit, I will do that, as opposed to us just, watching it and me like interrupting when they're saying things. So let's try this out. Give lots of props to my editor, because I think this is the first time that we're doing something in this sort of style. And let's just get going. It's very exciting. I've got like my old-timey but still battery operated lantern here. I've got my earbuds in ready, so let us go.
Happy Hobbit Day, and hi from Weta Workshop in Wellington, New Zealand. I'm Richard Taylor, co-founder of Weta Workshop and in turn our game studio. To celebrate Hobbit Day, we want to share an in-depth look at our beautiful new game, Tales of the Shire. Today, you're going to hear from our team, who have been hard at work to bring Tales of the Shire to life,
cute.
along with cozy content creators.
I just got an achievement for skipping.
Live sim.
Okay, wait. They included content creators? How cute is this? Oh, we have some, oh my gosh, this is so great. He's about to say live sim streamers. This is so great. Oh my gosh, yes.
Streamers.
Loading up the game and getting into the Shire truly felt like going home.
And even Lord of the Rings aficionados.
Oh, this is adorable.
Who've had a sneak peek at the game and are
gosh.
keen to share their thoughts with you too.
We have wanted something like a life simulator in the Shire for years.
The fact that there hasn't been one before is a crime. Every single
Agreed.
corner you could tell was painstakingly created.
Okay. But for real, like, you can just tell, like, the image I have paused right here on the screen right now is, like, you can tell that they're about to fish. You've got the little blonde hobbit up there by the bridge, all very cute. I kind of pause it in a funky place where, like, the fishing line is going straight up. But you can tell that they're about to cast the line. And just, it does. It, just like that influencer said, it literally looks like they just cared so much when creating this game, when creating the art style. I agree with that other influencer that said, like, the fact that this is not a thing yet, like, before Tales of the Shire, is a crime. 100% agree. And, like, can I just please say how cool that they not only collaborated with cozy gaming influencers, live sim streamers, but also people who love Lord of the Rings. I mean, I'm literally sitting with, hold on a second. I've literally got my, like, big version of Lord of the Rings here, sitting here. Have yet to read it, but I love that we also have, like, people who really appreciate the books getting to look at this and give their take as well. Like, well done, y'all. Like, y'all called all the right people, and I love this. And yes, let's go. This does look very intentionally designed, and oh, I'm so excited to get a chance to play this.
We've been immersed in Middle
Whole
Earth for
customization.
decades, to the point that it's become a bit of a second home for some of us. We've lived and breathed this world and its stories, and many of you have been with us throughout our journey. Inspired and informed by all that experience and time in the Lord of the Rings universe, we've crafted an exceptionally cozy experience. From
beautiful.
places to explore and make your own. Set in one of our favourite places in Middle Earth, the Shire.
Oh, it's
Tales of the
gorgeous,
Shire is a
y'all.
Lord of the Rings gaming experience like nothing that's come before. Players will have the opportunity to immerse themselves in the world of the
So
Shire by
beautiful.
cooking mouth-watering recipes, exploring the nooks and crannies of Bywater, and building friendships and relationships with their fellow hobbits. It's a game about fellowship, community, and comfort, about finding joy in the small moments. But most
We love that.
importantly, it's a game about living as a hobbit.
Let's go, baby. Living as a hobbit into the Shire.
We love hobbits, and with Tales of the Shire, we want to immerse you in their world. That could mean tending your garden season by season, seeing what you can catch in Bywater Pool,
How cute.
or just taking a stroll by the creek and enjoying the day.
I love how detailed that fish looked.
We knew that capturing the feeling of the Shire was really crucial to our player experience. The Shire is easygoing. It's a place where hobbits...
Okay, hold on. First of all, beautiful scenery. We just paused here. We've got some looks like cherry blossom trees. They're pink with the dark wooden trunk. And some white and green trees, and then some regular green trees. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. But I'm kind of appreciating that their lead game designer is a woman. That's kind of cool, because I don't know if this is still the case, but I was under the impression that the gaming industry was more male dominated, so I always appreciate, seeing women in leading roles, especially in industries that I initially thought were very male dominated, or that might still be, honestly. I just don't know enough to say.
Rest in the afternoon sun on a cool summer's day. It's joyous, it's full of the laughter of chit-chatting neighbours, and it's cosy. It's a place where you can cuddle up in your own hobbit hole with a hot cup of tea.
I
One
love
of
this
our biggest
book!
goals is to really
This
deliver
library is
on
everything.
these feelings and immerse the players in them.
Every aspect of the game has been carefully crafted, drawing on our years of experience with The Lord of the Rings, and with Tolkien's books always as our guide. Each bridge, path, plant, hobbit home, and second breakfast is drawn from the original vision. The game is a homage to...
Okay. You can really tell that they have a great deal of respect for Tolkien and his work and the world that he created. And as a fantasy nerd myself, who has a huge amount of respect for the skill and love and craft and time and energy that it takes to do what he did in this book, in these books, and in the Hobbit book. I love that. I love that. No wonder this game feels so beautiful, so wonderful, so cozy, so right, because they literally have reverence for their source material. Bravo. Okay, here we go.
All those wonderful details and the spirit we fell in love with when we first
Nope,
encountered
we're
the
just
Shire.
showing her.
We're not in the Shire for a very long time in the books, but it is the thing that at the end of the day, the hobbits are trying to save. Going into this game definitely feels as though you're sort of walking through the rolling hills and farms and flowers and just nature.
beautiful. Look at that
Tolkien was inspired
butterfly!
by the countrysides of his home in Great Britain, and the Shire is the epitome of safety and comfort and food and friends.
The core of our game
Gorgeous.
centers on building
Love that we're
community
just
and fellowship. You spend your
having
time in the
lunch
village of
out
Bywater,
there.
helping to lift the community up and sharing home-cooked meals with other hobbits. As your ties to the community of Bywater and your bonds with your friends grow, your fellowship increases, which allows you to progress in the story.
Okay. We have a story, y'all, so it's not just like an aimless
Tales of the
cozy
Shire
game.
is full of tales that are perfectly hobbit-sized. Our story begins shortly after you arrive in Bywater, when you learn that the place has a problem. It might not be a village. It's it's up to you to help build the community up and make it into the kind of village the whole Shire would envy.
I'm excited to help the village, to find its village.
Okay, sorry to interrupt this girl real quick here, but first of all, this like whole visual of the Shire of Bywater is so cute. Like, I know that the Hobbit houses are like immersed in the hills, but to like see it like this, like, it's so cute. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. Okay, so this is giving kind of like Animal Crossing New Horizons adjacent vibes, where, you know, I mean, in Animal Crossing it's obviously different because you come to like a raw, unterraformed, unwhatever island, and you have to like build it from nothing up. Clearly here, when you get to Bywater, you already have some neighbors, you already have what seems to be a village going on, and it's up to you to like build it up and up. So I'm saying it's Animal Crossing New Horizons adjacent because it looks like, you know, like in Animal Crossing, you get your island, like you move up in star points basically until you have a 5-star island. It looks here like the storyline is helping Bywater grow and establish itself enough that it'll be considered a village of the Shire, which is fun. I'm really excited to see how this goes.
And be like officially recognized. I love a story in which I get to impact the town or the place that I live in the game and get to help the other characters.
Same.
As we crafted our main story and our side tales, we kept the Hobbit perspective in mind. Hobbits prefer a secluded country life, focused on what delicious thing they're going to cook for their next meal, or how they need to mend that fence in their back garden before their chickens get any ideas.
A place to call home.
Hobbit holes are the centre of Hobbit life. They provide a refuge from the wider world, a level of comfort that Hobbits require. They're a chance to express themselves in their own space and a place to share their meals with their friends.
Love outside customization.
Oh you truly get to see.
Okay, first of all, he looks like he really liked that meal, which is great. But second of all, this like 360 rotation for individual items when it comes to decorating, game changer. Game changer.
A Hobbit in their element when they are in their Hobbit hole.
The game opens with you hitching a ride with a certain mysterious stranger to Bywater, a Hobbit settlement in the Shire. You've inherited
Mysterious
a Hobbit
stranger
hole from a generous relative who, in her old age, boarded off many of the rooms to save her time on cleaning and upkeep. As you explore Bywater and deepen your ties to the community, you'll be able to get into those boarded up rooms and add your
Before he tells us about deepening our ties to the community, I absolutely love when the creators of a game give me a nitty-gritty excuse or reason for absolutely most, if not everything. The fact, because like, you know, in Fae Farm, like just to use it as an example, in Fae Farm, you know, you get this house that you're given, and then just like in most cozy games, you go and you upgrade the house, right, as you go, and there's really like not any explanation because there doesn't need to be, because your house starts smaller and you build upon it. However, for this, I love that we already have like a full-sized Hobbit hole, because, you know, I don't know, I guess it's kind of difficult to have the whole building upon it sort of vibe when it seems like these Hobbit holes are all kind of similar in size and probably were built like together, right? Since they like are like in the hills and everything. I don't know. As I said, I haven't read Lord of the Rings yet, so I don't know if there is any sort of backstory of how the Shires are built or anything. However, I love that we get that whole backstory explanation of like, oh, yes, you inherited this very lovely, quite spacious hobbit hole, but you know, you're gonna have to take your time like onboarding the rooms, which obviously is a gameplay thing because, you know, as you progress in the game, your fellowship grows, etc. Obviously, you'll unlock rooms as you go, but I love it when creators don't just rely on our knowledge of previous games and those precedents, and they actually give us like a cool little reason for why this game mechanic is gonna function as similar other games have, you know, makes it a little bit more unique to them, which I really appreciate. Okay, tell us more.
Those boarded up rooms and add your personalised touch.
Yes, we will.
Perhaps you can
So
put together a library.
cute. Oh my god, that
or a bedroom.
screen.
Or maybe you'll just
Yes!
set up a cosy nook for relaxing in true Hobbit style. The
4
choice is yours.
poster bed, this bathtub. Oh my god, I want to live there. I
My
just want to
favorite
live
room
there.
is probably the living room. You can put your little fire and your couches and your rug, and you can really make it feel homely. And it's the first place that you see when you come into the Hobbit home, so that's where it really kind of feels like home to me.
Love that pink blanket.
To fill these
I
rooms,
wonder if
you'll be
that
gifted
comes with the
furniture and
couch, or
knickknacks
if
that
you
you'll
can
use to
add that.
decorate and turn your Hobbit hole into a Hobbit home. You can earn these by completing tales and building relationships with your neighbour Hobbit.
Did you see those dwarf statues? Those are so cool. Okay, I paused on, oh my gosh, this like barrel little bookcase thing. So cute. I wonder if we're gonna build a lot of these items. I also love this big hyacinth, this pink hyacinth, and this other potted plant. Like, I wonder if this bench has this pillow already, or if you add it. I don't know, but this is looking amazing. Ugh, the decorating is gonna be off the chain. What decade am I in? Okay, let's go.
Or by cooking a particularly delicious meal that another Hobbit was looking forward to. When you're ready to do a little interior design, you'll enter decoration mode, where you can rotate and move all of your furniture and decor items to find just the right place for them in your Hobbit hole, or even out in your garden if that's where you think they'd look best.
I think what makes a really good cozy game is being able to really get in the nitty-gritty details of like placing clutter on things and making it as cozy as either your real life or making it a cozier space than real life and somewhere you feel like you can go escape to.
Unlike in other games where you're limited to a grid when decorating your home, we've created a flexible placement system that gives you the freedom to put everything where you want. Our system keeps things cozy in the rounded spaces of a Hobbit hole while never getting in the way of your imagination. You can place items almost anywhere, inside or outside. You can also style your walls with different wallpaper and even change the window frames. All of this will let you create the Hobbit hole of your dreams.
Wait! Yo! You can change the window frames, but not only that, you have a choice between one window and two windows. Like, they saw the limitations of decorating of previous cozy games and were like, not today, and I'm so excited! Oh my gosh, this is so great. Okay, let's go. Oh, okay, these windows are actually pretty cute. This like, kind of like similar to the barrel style bookcase, but with brick and like the little glass with the double like detail. Oh my gosh, anyways, let's go.
Expresses your own unique Hobbitness.
A gridless placement system is so much fun because it just opens up this world of possibility. And in a Hobbit home, you know, you want things to look a little higgledy-piggledy. You don't want them all perfect to grid. That just is not part of the Hobbit aesthetic. You need a little bit of, you know, freedom to build as you wish.
Players can spend hours decorating and redecorating their Hobbit holes to be their own perfect hideaway in Bywater.
Oh, and
but
I
that
will.
doesn't mean there's nothing to explore outside.
I will. Welcome to
Just a short walk from
Bywater.
your front gate is Bywater, your new home. It's a small but vibrant community, full of hobbits to meet and things to see.
You'll of course want to explore Bywater, and we had loads of fun designing a charming way to let our players know where the next interesting thing might be, without making them feel railroaded. That's our unique bird system. As you ramble along Bywater's scenic paths, past its quaint homes and shops, and through its beautiful meadows, you notice these cute bluebirds perched on signs, trees, and elsewhere. These sweet little guys aren't just here for atmosphere. They're our way of welcoming you, and they indicate the path to your next objective or tales. The birds act as a sort of breadcrumb trail.
Love it.
Go to one and you'll see another a little further on, and so on until you arrive at your destination.
The birds really are helping. Thank you, birds. I appreciate you.
But you don't have to
Love
follow the
this
birds if you
system.
don't feel
It's
like it just
very
then. There are plenty
convenient,
of things for you to find in Bywater
but also
if you
very
want to do a little
cute.
wandering.
It's like aesthetic and functional. We love.
Bywater really encourages you to go and find all the little nooks and
so
crannies
beautiful.
because it's such a rolling, hilly place where you don't have a lot of like easy sightlines of where things are. So you want to find out what's around the next corner, what's over that little hill, and discover all the little relics and places you can find your next mushroom in.
Bywater is full of unique
Love
locations,
it.
from Sandyman's Mill to the Ivybush Inn, where the hobbits of Bywater meet to discuss important affairs. But one of my favourite spots in Bywater is the Green Dragon Inn. This is the centre of social life in the village, and any hobbit who wanders in day or night is sure to leave with a few new friends. You'll find
That
yourself
is
here for
so
many of the
cute.
story beats in the game, but you can always come by if you want some good conversation with the innkeeper.
Okay, now I'm paused on him, but did you see the dragon detail on the counter? Because it's the Green Dragon Inn. Oh my gosh, love the details, y'all. The details. They clearly cared so much, and I'm here for it.
Cotton.
Lily Cotton.
Bywater is a village in the West Farthing of the Shire. It houses the Green Dragon Inn, perhaps one of the most famous inns in all of the Shire or Middle-earth, where we see the rest of the hobbits drinking and eating and being very merry.
Just down the hill from the Green Dragon is a square full of bustling market stalls, selling everything a hobbit needs. Head to young Tom Cotton's store for farm-fresh ingredients for your next
I
meal.
am stoked for the market.
Visit the Burrows' store for a new dress. Or just go
Tom
through
Cotton.
Nora's wares to see if any strike you.
There are plenty of other things to see in Bywater, and we can't wait for you to discover them. Whether it's foraging for berries in the countryside, stargazing on clear nights, helping find someone's missing mail, or just lazily watching the seasons go by, we've designed every element of Bywater to be the kind of place that we'd like to live.
So peaceful.
I really like the way that we've done Fishing
love
and
how
Tales of
they
the Shire.
walk.
I think it's
The
really
little hobbit
interesting,
walk.
and I think that it scales nicely with the player's experience.
I think we've got him. Yay! We got a fish. We got a Bywater bleak.
Hey!
Our design philosophy was all about
Hey,
how to
okay,
infuse
fishing
the
looks
entire
not
game
too
with
complicated, which is
Hobbit-sized
great.
ideas and activities. And Hobbit size isn't just a unit of measurement, it's a way of life. For example, it's not farming, it's gardening. Everything encourages togetherness and is just quintessentially cozy. It's about being part of a community and building your own place within the Shire.
I think the Shire's a perfect setting for a cozy game. It is this cozy little bubble with all of these kind people and this small community. I think that's exactly what cozy gamers look for when they're going to a cozy game.
Yes.
Our game offers a chance
Totally.
for Hobbit players to step into that Hobbit mindset.
Agreed.
A world where the most important thing you do in a day is help a neighbour. And there aren't any problems that can't be solved by talking things through over a nice meal.
Before we get to chapter 5, real talk, the simplicity of that is one of the reasons that I love my cozy games. Like, I love checking in on my Animal Crossing island, going over to Happy Home Paradise, seeing if I've got a project in the works. If not, maybe designing another vacation home, talking to all the villagers. Like, similarly with Fae Farm, no matter what's going on in like the quest lines and stuff, I love that every day I get to tend to my animals and my farm and my flowers, and you know, I run into the villagers. Like, I 100% agree with her when she was saying that cozy gamers really do look for those things in our cozy games, and I think that's part of why we love them. Like the escapism of something so simple, right? Like no problem is ever too big that it can't be figured out together while talking over a nice meal. What a dream. Okay, what's chapter 5? taste of comfort.
It's those meals that make up the centerpiece of the game, where you'll deepen your bonds with your neighbors and move the story forward. As you get to know the other hobbits in Bywater, you'll have a chance to cook meals that they'll love. After all, the way to a hobbit's heart is through their stomach. But hosting hobbits is no easy task. You'll have to pay attention to the seasonality of your ingredients and what your guests have told you they feel like eating, if you want to pull off the kind of meal that Bywater will talk about for years to come.
Okay, so there's some
You'll
strategy.
start in your pantry, where you've stored all the ingredients and seasonings that you've foraged, harvested, caught, or bought.
Okay. First of all, pausing on this pantry. So aesthetic. I just can't. But like, where other games, right? Like in Fae Farm, you get your big storage shed and, you know, you get your grid menu of everything that you have, whatever. And, you know, in Dreamlight Valley, you have your chests that you can put everything into. And, you know, in Animal Crossing, again, you've got your storage. The fact that we can actually walk into the pantry and see what it looks like full of the things that we foraged and made, like, the magic is in the details for this, y'all. Like, oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, let's keep going.
Each ingredient and seasoning has a quality score of 1 to 3 stars, as well as 1 of 5 flavors: sweet, sour, spicy, salty, and bitter. You'll have to think about what will work well together to satisfy your guest-specific cravings. Once you've selected your ingredients, you'll take them into the kitchen and start cooking a feast fit for a hobbit. To begin with, you'll only have access to a few cooking stations in your kitchen, but as you progress and learn more complex recipes, you'll find yourself frying, mixing, saucing, grinding, and even pickling.
Love it. Love it.
When you're done, you'll get to reveal your meal and have it rated. The better your guests rate the meal, the stronger the relationships you build, and the more friendship points you earn. These reveal new features in the game, open up opportunities to progress, and help you further customize your hobbit hole.
It's such a unique way to focus cooking in a game. And I love that because cooking is such a cozy activity that so many people take part in and so many people love to escape into. If I could cook anything in the game, it would definitely be a meat pie. I've never cooked a meat pie in my life, and so I would love to do it in the game in a very cozy setting for all of my friends in the Shire.
We actually looked at recipes from the 18th century, some 17th century recipes, some Victorian recipes, because really it's Victorian England is the Shire. And then obviously we took in...
Okay, first of all, I like looking at the select a recipe and then the details on the right side here. Again, y'all, just the details, okay? Love how everything looks, love the design. Everything feels so, yeah, like so cozy, and, you know, like even to the point where the recipe cards, you know, clearly you can tell like what flavor it is by looking at the left-hand top here of each recipe card. But then the fact that, like, you know, at the plaque where the name of the card sits looks a little bit like faded, you know, like someone's like handled this recipe card a lot. Like, it's just these little details, like the fact that when you look at the recipe, right, on the right side where it shows you the recipe that you're hovering over. Oh, I see. And something must be like, okay, when it says uncertain flavor, maybe that means you haven't made it yet, so you don't know what it tastes like, maybe. I don't know. But there are some that you can see that there are flavors, right? It looks like this is like the purple one, this like westish pastries or pasties. It looks like this is sweet because it's got like the little honeycomb thing and some honey dripping off of it. The other one next to it, the apricot and apple pie, must be sour, I think, because it looks like what it's got, like a lime on it. But regardless, sorry, I got sidetracked. Even like the recipe card that shows you the full recipe on the right hand side, like The fact that the parchment paper has imperfections in it, again, like it's been handled a lot. Like, oh, I love all these details. And then initially why I paused this, I love that they actually did some research into the recipes of the 18th and 17th century of the region. Because, I mean, it just shows how much they care. And I really appreciate it. Like, I really appreciate it. Okay, let's keep going. We're almost done.
Inspiration from other things as well. We sort of mixed in some modern stuff, but nothing that's incongruously modern. It was all the sort of thing that you would have found in a Victorian kitchen, really.
Friends and fellowship.
It's not a proper Hobbit meal without friends to share it with. And there are plenty of hobbits in Bywater to befriend, with stories of their own for you to discover. There's Orlo Proudfoot, the first friend you meet when you arrive in Bywater. Or Delphinium Brandybuck, the town healer whose cures never seem to turn out right until an encounter with a certain grey-bearded wizard helps her discover her true purpose.
Oh,
Some Bywater residents will teach you important skills, like Old Noakes, the cantankerous hobbit down by the banks of Bywater Pool. Lily Cotton loves to share some of her cooking knowledge, while Delphi can show you how to forage in the countryside. Others will give you the opportunity to trade, like Hobson Hornblower, the travelling merchant who brings goods from far and wide, or Neffy, War from the Blue Mountains, who arrives in Bywater with her armoured duck ladle.
We love ladle!
Trading works alongside shopping to give players a new way to advance in the game, one that emphasises the sense of community that Tales of the Shire is all about. As you build up your relationships with certain hobbits, you'll be able to trade what you have with them for specific items. The more you improve your relationship with them, the better the items you can trade for will be. The system rewards strengthening your ties with the other folks living in Bywater and gives you another reason to get out and meet your neighbours. And great neighbours make great dinner guests.
Throughout the game, you'll be able to...
Okay, hold on. Before this lovely lady explains to us what happens throughout the game with our friends and meals, I love that. I love that mechanic that you are incentivized to... I mean, there are usually just incentives in general for befriending your villagers, but there are some games where the incentives don't really go too far, and once you've established some friendship with them, there really isn't like more incentive to, you know, keep going. And of course, like, I understand that there comes a point when they do max out, so to speak. Like, for example, in Animal Crossing, when they give you their photo, that means like you've reached, I think, the highest level of friendship. You know, obviously Dreamlight Valley, like, you can only max everybody out at level 10, that kind of thing. And then of course, you know, well, actually no, because even if you finish their entire quest lines, they've been adding new quest lines, which is awesome. We love that. But I love that there's that incentive here for you to really become really cool with all of your fellow villagers, because it'll literally help you in having better quality trades. So I think that's really cool. I think that for players like myself that sometimes gets lost in doing my own thing and tends to forget about the villagers on occasion, that'll definitely be something that will keep me in the swing of that kind of thing. And yeah, I just really appreciate that touch. Okay, tell us about how throughout the game we'll be able to host our friends for special meals.
Host your friends for special meals. You'll control all the details, from who you invite, to the venue, to table settings and decorations, to most importantly, the venue. You'll need to learn your neighbours' likes and dislikes to really wow them. But if you throw the perfect dinner, you might get a special gift in the post the next day. Hobbits love giving gifts, after all.
If I had my own ideal Hobbit dinner party, I would be inspired by Bilbo's birthday party. I would invite the entire fellowship, all of them. They're all there.
Cute.
I really want people to experience joy. I think that's what the Shire is. It's joy.
I hope that players feel not just a sense of peace and restfulness, but also a bit of nostalgia.
If we manage to put smiles on everybody's faces when they're playing and they feel like it's somewhere that they want to live, then I think that's our job done.
I already have a smile on my face, and I haven't even gotten to play it.
I really want Tales of the Shire to feel like a warm hug.
We want playing Tales of the Shire to be a chance
Love
for you to
the
slow down a
dwarf,
little
by the
bit,
way.
to lose yourself in a world that's a little
Love a
brighter,
badass
little
warrior
warmer,
dwarf.
and yes, a little more cozy than the real world.
Dwarf.
For us,
Dwarf.
that's what
Sorry.
games are. A chance to immerse yourself in the wonders of another magical world.
A chance to go somewhere nice,
Ladle!
somewhere new, but familiar, that you can make your own.
Someplace where friends are waiting for you to share a meal and a smile. The Shire.
Love
We
the
hope
green
you'll join us
dragon.
there when
Like,
Tales of the Shire
so
arrives
cool.
everywhere
Those arches.
on March the 25th. Have a great Hobbit day, and please follow our friends and influencer partners as they showcase more of the game features. And tell us on socials what other content you'd like to see. From all of us here at Weta Workshop Game Studio, thanks so much for tuning in today.
so cute. Oh my gosh. This is brilliant. That was so much fun. I'm not gonna keep y'all here very much longer. I paused in between so that I wouldn't keep y'all here very much longer. But like, oh, they're talking about like they hope that we smile when we play the game. I'm already smiling just watching other people play the game. Like, I'm so excited about this. This is so cool. This is so awesome. You can just tell that all of them care so much about making this game something so special to all of us that, you know, not only appreciate like Tolkien and his work, but also appreciate, you know, the Peter Jackson movies that was able to bring this work to such beautiful life, and that those of us that just appreciate the bigger thing that it's become, you know, it just, you can just tell that their full hearts were in this and that they really just wanted to make something that people were gonna love and feel a familiarity with, and I think they're gonna nail it. Like, I'm literally like, I've teared up various times during this reaction. I'm not surprised at all that this game already just gives so like such beautiful vibes, because the people who created it clearly cared so much about making it just something absolutely beautiful and cozy, and even to the point of, you know, seeing something like, oh yeah, no, that grid system isn't gonna work for the Hobbit houses because they're round and you can't decorate, you know, on a square grid like in a round house. And they took it upon themselves to create that free-flowing decorating mechanic, that like placing mechanic. And I mean, I don't know, maybe it was something that was a lot more simple to create than I'm anticipating, but if it was something that maybe took a little bit of extra work, like, that is just an example of their attention to detail and their foresight into, you know, what cozy gamers love and look for. That is a great example of a place that they've done this, and it seems like they've done it in so many other places, like even to the point of offering us, you know, like the bird trail. Like, what a cute yet so aesthetically pleasing and so immersive way of showing us where to go next. Like, you know, we don't have to keep checking our map. We don't have an obnoxious trail of glitter, you know, coming out of ourselves like in Dreamlight Valley. Granted, for Dreamlight Valley, like, it's, you do that when you, like, select a character or a place, and you want it to be guided there. But, you know, like, sure, you have the map on the side and the map will show you where you're going, but the fact that while you're actually playing, you don't have to look elsewhere, you can know where to go based on these birds. Like, it's just, I just love it. It just genuinely seems like they put a lot of heart and love into it, and I'm like low-key jealous of these people that have already gotten to play, because I'm just so excited. Like, yes, I can wait till March because I'm not trying to make time fly, because I'm okay with waiting. I'm okay with getting through Thanksgiving and Halloween and Christmas and the beginning of the next year and everything. But you bet your booty that when March 2025 comes, I'm going to be so ready and probably already have pre-ordered the game. So literally the moment that thing drops, I'm going to be playing it. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Ah! Okay. Thank you so much for being here with me through this much longer reaction than we usually do. Thank you so much for James for putting in the extra effort to go ahead and accommodate those pauses, because I definitely think that that was probably the best way to do this. I think that if I was gonna really try to like give you all my thoughts at the end of that 18-minute video, I was gonna come up really short, and I feel like this way I actually got a chance to give you my thoughts as we were going. So thank you so much for being here. If you made it this far in the video, please consider subscribing to the channel. Please consider clicking the bell, because I do post regularly, but I don't post on a schedule. For example, like this was a last minute Hobbit Day celebration. Like I don't think that they announced that they were doing this. Maybe they did like a week or so before, I don't know, but this was not something that, you know, we knew we were gonna get. So the bell is really helpful, especially for these like reactions and things that pop up out of nowhere. Also, if you consider liking this video, I would be really happy if you did like the video, because it helps the channel grow by helping this video be more visible in the algorithm. And I am eternally grateful. And maybe if my channel grows to a certain point, I will hopefully someday get to be a part of something like this Hobbit Day celebration for a different game. So yeah, thank you so much for like getting me a little bit closer to making dreams that I didn't even know I had come true. You can also find me on social media. I'm at Embodying Mystical Mac if you want to hear me do some singing. I also have a music account called at Mac and the Music, where I've just done a bunch of covers, and if you want to suggest some covers, go ahead and do so while you're there. You can also go to the description to check out some other ways to support the channel, but I'm just really happy that you're here. Thank you so much for enjoying this very long but very exciting Tales of the Shire preview. I say long as if I'm mad. Like, I'm literally like, show me more. Better yet, just give it to me. But no, seriously, I'm so excited. This is gonna be so cool. And oh yeah, I forgot one thing. In addition to, you know what, comment a food item in addition to any of your thoughts about this. Yeah, I think that's fitting. I think that's very, very, very fitting. Comment a food item in addition to your thoughts. Are you excited to play Tales of the Shire? How did you feel about this really amazing exclusive? Are you like me and you just like cannot wait to get into it? Like, I might literally have to start reading Lord of the Rings before, you know, by like the end of this year, beginning of next year kind of thing, just to like get myself hyped and hold myself over until Tales of the Shire comes out. You know, get some adventure in so I can go home to the Shire and be cozy and feel happy. So anyways, now I'm rambling because I'm just so excited. Okay, thank you guys. Thank y'all. I see you soon. Okay, bye. No, but for real, I just had this thought of like, oh my gosh, maybe someday when my YouTube channel has grown to a certain place, they would like, you know, developers would call me to like help test out one of the cozy games that they're figuring out, and like my life would be really cool if that ever happened. But for now, I'm just thrilled watching these other people play this game because they're just saying things that as a cozy gamer make me go, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cool when it's here. Okay, I can't stop smiling. This is supposed to be a clip at the end of the video. I'm gonna go hyperventilate from excitement. Okay, bye.